The Social Equity Council was created in 2021 as part of the state's adult use cannabis legislation. The goal of the group is to ensure individuals and communities disproportionately affected by the war on drugs have equitable access to the cannabis industry. But the council's work has been paused since the start of this investigation. After 4 months, the state comptroller's office released the findings of an audit into Connecticut's Social Equity Council, or SEC.
There were significant issues within the council itself, concerns about the culture of the SEC and the culture of the organization.
The comptroller's office reviewed more than 1,000 documents from June of last year until now and interviewed applicants and licensees. While they found no evidence of criminal wrongdoing,
we saw questionable practices and procedures that troubled us.
Scanlon says there was poor communication, unclear or contradicting guidance, and a lack of transparency in the evaluation process. He says applicants felt confused, and many interviewees confirmed council staff communicated with them via phone, leaving no documentation. So his office developed 10 recommendations for the SEC, 6 legislative and 4 organizational.
There is a line between troubling and questionable and criminal. And what we try to do in the report is outline where we feel like that line is and how we can avoid that line going forward. And I believe the recommendations will allow us to do that.
The recommendations range from establishing an ethics code for the council to creating a 60-day review timeline for applications. Scanlon says the goal is to make sure every candidate is treated fairly and to strengthen public confidence in the SEC.
This program is too important to let there continue to be ambiguity or subjectivity or questions around it.
In a statement, SEC Executive Director Brandon McGee said, "We now have critical information to guide our next chapter and strengthen our approach to confronting the devastating impact of the war on drugs." To date, the SEC has received 134 applications and only dispersed $6 million of their $30 million fund total. Comptroller Scanlon tells me he hopes the SEC will continue their current pause until they can at least implement those 4 organizational changes, but ideally until next year when the legislative recommendations can be considered. In the studio, Wulfhorst, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.